Welcome back to the Wider channel. In the last episode, I took some of the components off the engine to see what was causing it to not run. In the process, I found that the drive gear that drives the timing chain had disintegrated its bearing and left metal shavings all over the inside of the engine. In this episode, I'm going to take you on a 1,600-mile round-trip journey to pick up our replacement engine. So without further ado, let's get this show started. After I filmed and published the last episode, I took a look inside the engine itself and found that right on the engine block itself, where the gear that drives the timing chain is mounted, the metal had worn away on the block itself. With that being said, and finding all of the metal shavings in the oil, I decided to put the feelers out to find a new engine. While I was doing all of my original research and looking for mirrors, I posted on one of my Facebook groups that I was looking for mirrors for the Spyder. At that time, a gentleman by the name of Jim contacted me and said, "I have an engine for you if you need one." With the sheer amount of people that I was talking to about this Spyder, that information got lost in the shuffle. After I decided that I was going to replace the engine instead of fixing it, I put a post on one of the Facebook groups I belong to asking if anybody knew of anybody that had an engine or a broken Spyder that I could buy, a crashed Spyder, anything that had a working engine that I could transplant into this 2016. Jim belonged to that group, and he piped up again and said, "I still have that engine for you." I said, "That's great." We started texting back and forth and trying to figure things out. We got on a phone call that lasted about a half hour, where we talked about all kinds of things, Spyders and rebuilding and the YouTube channel, and Jim made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. The only condition was that I had to come and get it. So here I am driving 1,600 round-trip miles, and we'll pick that engine up. We'll bring it home and we'll swap it out. After over 12 straight hours of driving, we're getting very close to Mr. Jim's. I wanted to take a moment to give some thanks and shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to my mom. My mom is a subscriber to the channel. She is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. My mom and my stepdad are another big part of my motorcycle past and my journey. Mom rode motorcycles. My stepdad had the first Harley that I ever rode, the Ultra Classic. That's where I fell in love with the big bikes. Next, I want to give a shout out to Coach Bob, who's at the YouTube channel Coach Bob 3. I'm sure you've all heard of him. And his wife, Coach Vic. It is really quite amazing when you're starting out new on your new journey and you receive a comment on one of your videos from one of the people you really look up to. Coach Bob and Coach Vic both left comments that were very encouraging, and it feels really, really good to have that. So thank you, Coach Bob and Coach Vic. Also want to give a shout out to the YouTube channel Purple on 3. I have been corresponding back and forth, and we've traded stickers. The journey that she has taken her Spyder on over many states, I believe all the states except Hawaii. That's really quite amazing to me, and it gives me something to look forward to with my Spyder and my journey, and maybe I can come somewhat close to that at some point in my life. So what a rewarding experience this is, being able to put this Spyder together and share the experience with all of you. This is better than anything I could have ever imagined that it would be. Just wanted to take a minute before we get here to give those shout outs. That's all I have for now. We'll see you at Mr. Jim's house. all loaded up and headed back home. I'd like to take a moment real quick to thank Mr. Jim for his hospitality for one, the good conversation we had. He showed me his Spyder, which is amazing. He also does work for others with their Spyders as well. So I did pick up the magic mirrors from him. He sells the Le Monster magic mirrors himself. We have new oil drain plugs. We have a new belt, which we needed to replace. So that's all I'm going to have for today. I'll see you when the sun comes up. Good morning, it's the next day. I am back in Michigan. I may or may not have slept in this truck. But what an amazing journey it's been. I'm glad I was able to take you along on the ride. Next, we got to figure out how to get this thing out of the truck bed. That's going to be interesting. Then next on the list, we'll have to figure out how to get the engine out of the frame on both the donor engine and the 2016. I'll probably have to build something to remove this. That's all I'm going to have time for today. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next one.